What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I do my 10,000 steps today. You know, I didn't talk about the Lions in my last video at all. So I'm gonna take now to talk about them Lions, man. 47-9. Not only did they get revenge for that game last season that we got cheated out of, but they made a statement. Like, they completely curb stomped them at home. So, go Lions. It did not come without a price, though. Aiden Hutchinson, who he's my favorite Lion. Hometown kid, raised in Plymouth, went to U of M for college, drafted to the home team. Like, I got so much love for this kid, and he got hurt pretty bad. A leg injury that is going to have him out for the season. But I'm really looking forward to him coming back. He's the best defensive player on the team, no question. Like, I don't think anybody would even debate that. The kid is just an absolute stud. So, I'm just wishing him a speedy recovery, and I'm looking forward to him coming back next season, of course. But, man, y'all girl Jaguar Wright, I see she was on Piers Morgan. I ain't really say nothing about that. But then what I found to be interesting was that Piers Morgan had to turn around and issue an apology for some of the stuff that was said by her on his platform. Now, he didn't say these things, and he did mention that they weren't here to defend themselves against the stuff that she was saying. But because she was on his platform, he was being held accountable because he's got a big platform, and she was saying some really disparaging things about not only Jay-Z but Beyonce too, claiming that they got hundreds of victims, and she doing a media tour really trying to drag them through the mud. So it was only a matter of time before she made a little too much noise and they were gonna legally do something about it. So Piers Morgan apologized. He said that I don't know if he has or not, but he said that he's removed the stuff from the original interview that was really defamatory, which he probably has because, I would imagine that J and B got some of the best lawyers that money can buy on speed dial, and he really don't want that smoke because ultimately, who is Jaguar Wright? She's somebody that she's been in the music industry for a long time. She says she's seen a lot of things. Why is that person honking like that? I swear, noise always finds me, y'all. But she's been in the music industry. I'm not gonna say I don't believe her. I don't believe everything that she says. A lot of stuff that she says, I don't believe her. A lot of stuff that she says, I think it's because of some vendetta she has against some of these people that she feels like she was slighted by. But some of the stuff that she be saying, I'd be like, man, is she just being messy, or is there some real truth behind this? You really don't know. I mean, if you take Kanye, for example, Kanye has said a lot of stuff that just sounded out there, right? And people were so quick to throw the whole crazy label on him to try to discredit what he was saying. It's like, if you can't attack the evidence, attack the person who's presenting it. So it just kind of seemed like that. Like they really couldn't deny what Kanye was saying or disprove what Kanye was saying. So let's just throw the whole he crazy label out there. And because Kanye's a bit on the eccentric side, it was very easy to kind of sell that label on him. But I don't think that Kanye is crazy. I think that Kanye is in a lot of ways very misunderstood. Don't get me wrong, the brother is definitely out there, but I do think a lot of things with Kanye a lot of the issues that he has is because he speaks his mind, but he's not very articulate when it comes to talking, though he's a brilliant writer in terms of being an artist. That's the thing that I find to be the most fascinating about him. It comes to writing them lyrics, he is brilliant at expressing himself, but just everyday conversation, he's not very good at saying what he needs to say. And he oftentimes, he doesn't know how to word it in a way to where people will be able to process it. It's like he goes above and beyond to word it in the most controversial, feather ruffling way possible. And that doesn't always work. Sometimes if you need a message to really take, you have to package it in a way to where people are going to be able to digest it instead of trying to go for a shock value. Because going for shock value, which it seems to be Jaguar Wright is doing, it gets eyeballs on you, but people don't always believe you when that's the card that you're playing. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on with her. She said that her son was sacrificed to get to her. I know she said that before. I don't know if she actually mentioned her son on Piers Morgan's show, but she did claim that her son was targeted. He was taken out, to like get to her. I don't know, man. Like she been around, and here's where things have me wondering, is she really telling the truth or not? Because somebody like her that's been around for as long as she has, that supposedly has seen the things that she claims to have saw, it really wouldn't be that difficult. And this isn't me wishing anything on her, of course not. But it really wouldn't be that difficult to make her go away, as opposed to doing these other things to her to kind of torture her. Or maybe the torturing thing is a strategy all in itself. But you would think that, considering the people who she be speaking on, like Jay-Z and Diddy, people have mentioned about how it's awfully convenient how people around Diddy always seem to pass away, right? People around Diddy always seem to, they get found by overdose or something like that. It's just really odd that this is the case. So you would think those type of people who they ops always disappear. They ops always end up very unhealthy. They were healthy one minute and now they passed away from some natural cause that we didn't know about before. Since their ops always seem to disappear that way, I would think that it would just be easier and more, I don't want to say optimal, to take care of her the same way rather than doing all these other indirect things, which would just, if they were true, would just motivate her to get out there and talk. So I don't know. I don't know if she's really being honest with this stuff, or if this is just, she feels slighted. She feel like these people owe her and they didn't, take care of her, give her what she was owed. So now she, need that bill money. We all got to eat. We all got to survive. And when, them bills is due, you start doing things that you otherwise wouldn't do in order to be able to pay them. So this could all just be her being messy out in public, making up stuff just for the sake of being able to make some money to continue to survive. That could be it. Obviously, I don't know for sure. But I'm not going to say, one thing I'm not going to say is I don't believe anything she says. I don't believe most of what she says. And I have my reasons for that. But I'm not going to be like, she just lying about everything. The amount of detail that she gives with some of the stuff, it just be too much for it to be made up, if that makes sense. You'll listen to somebody tell a story about something, they'll say this happened or that happened, and the level of detail that they'll give you, you like, yeah, they telling the truth. They ain't making this up. Some of the stuff, not all of the stuff, be that way with her. I just be like, man, but I think what she's doing is very dangerous. I think that she should probably like scale it back a little bit, because right now you got Diddy is in a desperate situation right now, and you still saying stuff about him. and he trying to get himself out of this, and you going out here throwing, you know, shade on his name is not helping. And then you got other people who we know have historically been in league with him, like Jay-Z, probably are nervous too and just putting on a brave front, and you out here saying stuff about them that could potentially raise an investigation or intensify an already existing, you know, investigation. So just be careful. You dealing with people that are very powerful, very well connected, and are used to having problems go away when they become too much of a problem. You know, they may let the problem exist while it's just a minor annoyance, but if the problem becomes to be just a tad too much, you start to make just a little too much noise, be just a little too problematic, then they may decide to look into other options of dealing with it. So I really think that she should be careful what she's doing. Right now, she's doing a lot of talking about stuff and not really producing any evidence. And that's why I don't quite believe everything she says, because a lot of the stuff that she's saying, anybody that's been on the inside who just knows enough about different things to just kind of add more stuff to things to sensationalize it. So you're not producing any receipts to anything that you're saying. And that's why I'm like, I don't know, man. But I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this Jaguar Wright situation. Leave me them comments. Thumbs up this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm gonna keep stepping. Peace.